So we've made it, everyone. Hardknott Pass. That is the road we're going to tackle. Coming down on a motorbike. Yeah, horrible. I'm not looking forward to this way up. So we've just pulled over for a bit of lunch, been riding now for about an hour and a half, and we've probably got about 45 minutes to an hour left to go. The weather is holding out, it's actually not that bad. Definitely feel like I'm ready for some food, a bit of a stop, the plan for the day, fuel up, and then actually need to get some petrol for me. Rob's on a scrambler and actually it's doing really, really well, isn't it? So he doesn't need any fuel, but I think just for peace of mind, I want to fill mine up, and then we're going to go through to Wrynose. We'll go through to Wrynose, so Wrynose Pass, and then after that we are going to go tackle Hardknott, which is why we came here. So wish us luck. Next bit you're going to see will be starting Hardknott, then we've got a little treat for the Wurks, then we're going to go through to Hardknott Pass. Yeah, wish us luck. So you join us at the bottom of Wrynose Pass. This is the start of it. We had a nice little leisurely ride after breakfast all the way through Ambleside. This traffic there was so heavy, it just didn't really warrant filming anything. So I've not included any of that footage in this. But we decided to start off at Wrynose and then work our way through to Hardknott because it's the most logical way for us to tackle this. You'll see that there is some traffic, and my whole idea behind this was just slow and steady and just give myself plenty of time. So I have to add in here that I actually wasn't feeling that nervous about this one. I was more nervous about tackling Hardknott, but it was a nice steady incline on this one, which you'll see throughout the video, and the whole point of this was me just getting used to the different lean angles on the bike, although with the new tyres it's night and day in terms of the anomalies. And you can see the first, I want to say, tight bend coming up now. Not much of an incline, but this is steeper than it looks on video. So for those that have done it, I'd love to hear your thoughts and how you approach that in the comments. If you haven't done it, it's worth doing, but yeah, the steepness doesn't really come out on video, I must say. One other thing that did surprise me was the amount of vans and cars that were up on both Wrynose and Hardknott, which you'll see a little bit later on. I'm surprised that anyone in four wheels decides to tackle this, if I'm honest. They're all a lot braver than I am. I think for me as well, the Wrynose Pass was definitely worth doing because you can see here that some of the sheer cliff faces were unreal to ride on, and yeah, I've got a slight fear of heights. Luckily enough, it stayed away during this ride, but yeah, the scenes on Wrynose were unreal. I'd probably say better than Hardknott, for me anyway. I think the other cool thing is all the car drivers waved me on majority of the time. The ones that didn't were the ones that were already too far gone to pull into anywhere safe. So yeah, thanks to all the car drivers that are out there for keeping everyone safe. A lot of cyclists as well tackling both of these, and yeah, credit to you. I had two wheels and an engine pulling me up. I can't imagine the stress on the legs after this. So after that corner, Wrynose passing was pretty straightforward. You could see well in advance ahead, and then you go into a little bit of a valley, which you'll see in just a few seconds. But again, for me, Wrynose was just a nice leisurely ride, really. Apart from 1 or 2 bends, it is quite pleasant. And again, the views for me, which you can see there, are absolutely unreal in person. And over that, I guess you could say summit, it's all downhill from here, and once you go through this valley, you are then at the start of Hardknott. So at this point, I'm going to shut up, let you enjoy the scenery, and then I'll check back in when we are starting Hardknott Pass. Enjoy the rest of the video. Hardknott Pass, we've made it. So I've done Wrynose Pass first, the baby brother. I'm now going to give Joe and Emily a bit of loving. A bit of loving, a bit of lumps. There you go, Joe and Emily, the Wurks Hardknott Pass. There's Rob just taking some pictures. And then that is the road we're going to tackle. Okay, so let's get into this Hardknott pass. So the whole reason why I wanted to do this was just to test myself and also just to get out on the bike a lot more. This was the longest that I'd ridden in a day, not specifically to get there, but in total I think I was out of the house about 14 hours I think. So there isn't that much filming, so don't worry, but there was a lot to kind of get through and I just wanted to make the most of it while I was there. The biggest thing for me was riding this on my bike. So I've got a 2015 air-cooled Triumph Bonneville and I just love this bike. It's been heavily modified and yes, it's been problematic, but I'm in the place now where everything, touch wood, is running like a dream and there's been no issues with the bike at all on this ride. So sorry to disappoint you all. So I know there's been a lot of coverage already on Hardknott Pass. The main reason for me for doing this was just to get my confidence up and prove to myself that I can do it and go on some of these longer rides. Just want to throw this in there. There was a lot of bikers that actually gave a wave or a thumbs up or just something in terms of like a, I guess the equivalent of like a biker nod, I want to say that. So when I've been out for rides for the past year or so, longer than that, I just get a nod or I'll like nod back, but specifically in the lakes on the way to, during and on the way back, there was a lot of just, again, like thumbs up, peace signs, waving. Is that a thing over there? Is that something which any of you lot have kind of picked up if you've ever done this ride before? Or are you just a nod or a noddy, I guess? Just let me know in the comments. So where was I? Oh yeah, I'm doing this on my 2015 Triumph Bonneville and I just wanted to make it through. I took it slow, took it steady, and you can see here that I'm just giving these cars a wide berth because one, they'd already committed to the bend, and two, I was still really nervous about going up this bend, and you can see my apprehensive there to Rob going, yeah, I'm a little bit shaky on this one. So I won't give any spoilers, but what I would say is if I could just keep that mantra in my head of just going wide and steady, then you can make it on most of these. Again, the camera angles don't do it justice, but I've tried my best to show the steepness. And at this point, I'm going to shut up and just let you enjoy the views and take in Hardknott Pass. So we're approaching the summit now. I'm feeling confident and pleased myself that I've made it up. You can see that I was standing up on the bike. My backside was a little bit numb at this point, so I just needed to stretch that one out. But you're still high up, it's still steep. The bends now are more sweeping rather than severe. So this bit, again, I just soaked in the views and just enjoyed it for what it is before taking a little stop off at the top, which I'd advise anyone to do after you have completed the first initial climb. top of Hardknott Pass. So after a brief stop at the top, we decided then to tackle it down. Now I must say at this point, going down for me was actually scarier than coming up. Little did I know that we would have to turn around and come back up the way other than loop all the way around. But at this point, I didn't really know that. I was just making my way down. But yeah, going down for me was definitely a lot more scary. Just a word to the wise. All these bikers were just nodders. There might have been one waver. Rob also wanted to try the Roman Fort. He wanted to know where it was. I'm pretty sure it was at the bottom, so I was telling him that. So this kind of front was going very, very slow. At this point, me and Rob didn't know whether there was something wrong or they was waiting for us to overtake it, so we just held back a little bit. So needless to say, the car was just taking the route at its own pace, which well within its rights to do. But at this point then he flagged me, or should I say waved me round, and you can see the descent I'm about to do, and then going around here at the wrong side just threw me big time. So you see here, I think you can see here that I actually ended up just pulling everything in, putting my foot down. I really just did not like this corner whatsoever. I don't have traction control, don't have ABS. Rob does, and he's a more experienced rider. Off he down, and yeah, obviously he then goes down, undertakes me. At this point I probably was going a little bit too slow, but for whatever reason my confidence at this point was just knocked, and again for me slow and steady wins the race. And again some more experienced bikers just coming by and me just sticking into my lane and letting them all through. At this point it was a note to myself and to you that was absolutely horrible. Didn't like that one bit. But after that, the road opens up, it's a lot less severe and you get the views, it's a lot more sweeping bends rather than harsh ones. This bit was what I like about motorcycling, about riding my bike specifically, is just taking my time and just having sweeping bends. That's what it's all about for me. Wrynose Pass, completed Hardknott Pass, all done, unscathed. Yes, I did put a foot down, but fear just overcome me and just overthinking, which is what I'm known for. And this is me and Rob now just talking around. We have to go back, or do we want to do, I think it was another
miles to like loop round. Yeah, I just figured, you know what, I can't let it be me. Let's go further down the road, turn around, and then tackle again from the other side. Rob did say that he believes the way we're about to do it is the harder way, from what everyone else has said. But yeah, I wasn't prepared to go 50 miles in the other direction to miss it. And for me, it's not that close that I could come back and do this every other weekend, but it's definitely something which I wanted to make the most of while I was there, and the weather was absolutely perfect. So at that point we decided to turn the bikes around and then go do it from the other direction. That won't be in this video. This is just one direction. So what I'm going to do is end the video here, and then on a later video you'll see us tackle Hardknott Pass from west to east rather than east to west, which is the way that we have just completed it. So with that being said, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, comment down below if you have tried these two before. How did you find it, and actually what bikes did you do it on, and how did you feel I did? I was super nervous. I've completed it, and I would say anyone that is a bit apprehensive about doing it, I would say just take your time. Don't worry about anyone else. Everyone does give you a wide berth, so try it.
Must be so hard on a push bike, but coming down on a motorbike, yeah, horrible. I'm not looking forward to this way up.